Why? According to the Doza, episode 12, and thank you, because you could have been anywhere in the world. But you're here with me, the incomparable Bun Johnson. You know I appreciate that shit, man. Whether you listen to 6 years, 6 decades, 6 millenniums from the time this shit dropped, man, you are appreciated. And, first day of winter just passed, so it's indicative of the season that we in. Happy holidays to everybody out there. I'm a, believer in the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, so I'm a Christmas to her. You know what I'm saying? So Merry Christmas to my fellow, Christians out there. I'm not an active and practicing Christian, but that's what I was raised on, so I keep that, close to my heart. And for a few years now, I really wasn't so enthused about it, like early in the 2020s and shit, because of personal loss and things like that of my grandma. But lately, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's the people I work with or it's, just the family you getting older and shit. You realize that nobody else is going to recreate the moments for you. And that's what I wanted to touch on today, man. Just moments, period. Like, moments important. Every day of your life is a moment. Let's not try to make it so deep and no shit like that. But you know what I'm talking about, man. The moments that mean something, the moments that, kind of stand out in your memory, that burn a hole through like in your brain thinking about it because shit, you might feel like you handle shit the wrong way. It might not never be the same no more, because the people in the picture can't be there no more, So it'd be important to remember the moment, and everything, and you gotta cherish and enjoy every moment. I'm pretty sure you've heard this, whether you're a kid or an adult. You're gonna hear this all your life. You have to cherish and enjoy their moments, and sometimes things and outside sources, or feelings, or unresolved issues fuck up moments. And the other day and shit, rest in peace to my homie, Damien, his mom, Debbie, man. They was my neighbors for growing up, and shit. Ever since then, down that 30 years, we've been, me and little bro locked in. And Debbie, it's OG shit. It's mad love, always love. You know what I'm saying? She big only for the real support, always screaming that shit. She passed last week. And it's been tough on a lot of a lot of my immediate guys, like my immediate family and shit. Not saying my actual blood, but the people who I done came up A1 since day one. Debbie was a big part of that. Like we celebrated the day she transitioned. A few days later, black people, because my homie he white, he mixed. So his mom was white, Debbie was white, and he don't be knowing how we do our customs and shit. So we do a balloon release, and we all kick, the most important part about all that was it was the motherfuckers who had that real love for bro. I don't know how many friends Debbie had and shit. Like, we ain't Trump type like me and bro is. Like, that's his mama's. I check on her. I see her a lot. Talk to her when I'm with bro. But, for bro, it was the people that was supposed to be there was there, showing up, showing love for bro, making sure he's strong through these moments. After the fact, you know what I'm saying, to keep the party going because we in the hood, we ain't on the block. I don't live over there no more. My mama my mama's still on there, so we take the party to my OG crib. And the whole time, it's an insignificant person in the midst of all this. Not saying for my own expert opinion, because I am that nigga, but just a nigga that, sometimes there be people around, and even, not saying they shouldn't be there or mixed company and shit. You know how your mom used to tell you, we got company, you behave yourself and shit. But you can't let company act up neither, so could he get to saying something. And I'm reading this book, The Four Agreements, right now. I'm trying to get to the other parts and shit. And it's helping me, like, work on shit. And it's also going to tell you that you can't be perfect. You can do the best you can. And I ain't no sit here and say I'm no crusader, Captain Save a whole ass nigga to nobody. But I'm also the type of friend, and I hope I have the same type of friends that I ain't going to sit around and let nobody bad talk you. They can have your opinion on you. If they speak, they just, keeping it neutral, speaking they actual, something they went through with you. I ain't going to sit there like, no. But what I won't do ever, I won't sit around and let people slander people I love, people I fuck with. No way, no how. You telling me your experience with them, that's cool. But for you to try to redirect a rhetoric about somebody that, I might not hold as true. You know what I'm saying? I got love for brother. You know what I'm saying? I got love for the critter. You feel me? I'm not finna let nobody down talk, bro. I ain't finna let nobody down talk my sister, my family, my mama, nobody, none of my people, none of my coworkers, none of my associates. Like, if I fuck with you and I hear somebody saying something bad about you or, trying to spread that about you, like if somebody saying it to me personally, I ain't no run back telling nigga everything what a motherfucker say. But when it's like, you trying to put that shit on display, it hit me some type of different. But I'm also learning in the moments that setting him straight in that moment, it kind of fucked up the whole joint. Cause not saying, bro, like I'm ready to fight or turn up or whoop a nigga ass. That's not me, bro. I'm more of a enjoy, calm, keep everybody, show the love. Let's laugh and smoke. Let's drink. Let's enjoy the moment. And even like trying to refine, the way I go about things by, not saying just the self-help books and shit like that. Just reading on how you be a better person, like listening to what your heart say and your mind say about like, now, you probably need to stray away from doing these types of things. It don't mean that it ain't no skin off your teeth to show a nigga or tell a motherfucker off, you know what I'm saying, to walk off on that shit. Because at the end of the day, in the grand scheme of this big old thing we call life, that's an insignificant moment. That ain't gonna make it or break me. I still gotta get up every day and figure out the next one, then the days after that, you know what I'm saying? I got employees to pay. I got bosses and shit. I got a motherfucking, I got a report too. So it just life in general teach you that every moment ain't supposed to be, you ain't supposed to go off the deep end. But it ended up escalating because, mama, like I said, dude, a nigga who insignificant was saying more than he should have been saying in the moment. We in here grieving, and it's like, you don't take like I could point out how many how wrong bro was for being there in that moment trying to make it about himself, but also I gotta flip the camera on myself. I could have just let this nigga shut up because at the end of the day, his opinion spreading that shit. We all here. We all was there in the past. We all there in the moment. We you know what I'm saying. Most of the people in this room all day one. You know what I'm saying. Big homie in this bitch. We got all type of motherfuckers from every, level of life that we didn't come across. Like, all of us have been together in the same circle, whether we didn't branch and moved away, niggas have moved to other, like, everybody stay in communication. And after the fact, in the book, in the 4 agreements, they tell you, like, take a deep breath and analyze situations before you always make an emotional decision. But in that moment, I could feel like the grief was on me. I could feel like, sometimes when you, I don't know about everybody else out there, when you grieve heavily, at a certain point, grief turned to anger. I can't explain why. Like, I read a lot and try to figure out why, but sometimes you're just angry beyond repair at that moment because there's nothing nobody can say to like, it ain't even like I'm just steaming mad. Like, the first moment I get to that point, like, I'm taking off on that shit. And I looked at that shit because even after the fact, we still hung. I hung with my homie a little bit longer. We went and got something to eat all the rest of that shit, but everybody else left. And I ended up getting it to my little brother. That nigga a bitch, but I ain't, we trying to make a point here. But that don't change that. The little bro a bitch. He ended up jumping into shit that ain't got nothing to do with him. But in the end, he more like the matador. He put the target on me. And I don't think bro want that. But in the grand scheme of things, it's another situation in which I got to learn from. Now, in that, like, getting into with my little brother, because I'm like, this nigga's like a miniature man. Like, there's nothing on the stature size bro could do with me. Like, I know I could just, like, literally beat the dog shit out of him. And not literally my whole life because he's my younger brother. I refrain from doing that, Like, it's not to prove a point to him. It's, like, more of a self-restraint thing. Like, if I hit him, it could probably break up the family because I'm going to break up his face on the dead guys. But in that moment, fucking with little bro, all the rest of that shit, I had I was angry. I'm like, damn. Like, because even with putting the distraction out the situation, we could have moved past the moment. We could have it was still all the A1s since day one now. Bro get on his hissy fit shit. He acting like he could do what he could do. But it go past that. For the couple of days after that shit really fucked with me. You know what I'm saying? Not the shit dude was saying per se, because he wasn't even saying that about me. He said about another brother of mine. So I just broken handle himself, let him get this information. But more about the whole, like, my little brother, this nigga thinking after 30-some years of him living, he could ever stand up and, like, fuck with me and shit like that. So you walk around with this anger and shit on your chest, and it can ultimately lead to me personally fucking up more moments. I also, like, I felt so bad about doing this to my bro on you know what I'm saying, on the celebration of his mother's life between this ain't the funeral, this the block, this the hood. We got bottle, we got drink, we got weed, you feel me? Like, we chilling, you know what I'm saying? Cause, whatever else niggas indulging in, they got that, there's pills, everybody got everything they want to make themselves feel better in the moment. And not even just because everybody's so overly like fucked up about Debbie. You know, bro A1 since day one. So you want to be there for him. And in the days after that, I had to think and internalize this shit because I'm like, damn, I do got to beat the fuck out of bro because that shit has to happen. But it don't have to happen in the next moment I see him. Like, I live a crazy life. I got a lot of shit going on. Bro got a lot of shit going on. On Christmas, we got to be in that same. And I could, you know what I'm saying? I feel like turn the stove on, turn this bitch up a notch, 500 degrees on this motherfucking ass. Like, and it's fucked up because you knowing yourself, it ain't really nothing that can stop me. Cause like if I turn that, we turn the burner on, bro. I'm going full speed. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not no stopping me. But I at almost 40 years old, I recognize that shit, and then I realize just because you right, you ain't always right. You know what I'm saying? And when you wrong, you ain't always all the way wrong. You know, it's more intricate, it's more delicate than always led on to be. Sometimes you look at it just face value, and I can't fuck up no like life short. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to say it. I feel like I done lived probably like the majority of man per se. I don't know, and I don't know what God got in store for me. But I don't want to spend no more of my life fucking up them type of moments. Like I ain't even saying like this the only time it's ever happened because I like once I started to think about it, it's like damn, do you always gotta like stick up for people? You always gotta take away from even if you feel like it's right. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I was raised to like always speak up. Like if you feel like this is an injustice, you see people doing wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with you saying what's on your heart, saying how you feel, but that's just a vague way of just throwing it out there. Always remember the most important thing in the moment. Like if you could say it tomorrow to a motherfucker, if you could wait, push him to the side, pull him off, like don't fuck up everything for everybody because a lot of this shit we can't recreate, man. Every day ain't promised. Tomorrow definitely ain't. Even the next hour, the next 20 seconds, 30 minutes, you could like that and it's over. And then not even saying just you, somebody else, motherfucker move away, motherfucker die, motherfuckers feelings change. And just because this is real life, you have to enjoy and cherish the moments that you can, like, be around motherfuckers, especially a lot of my friends. Like, nigga, I got 30-year homies. I'm only 38 years old. I got 30-year homies. I got fucking 25-year homies, man. I got niggas out there, you feel me, knee high to a horse flat type shit. We done came up from everywhere. You know what I'm saying? From fake gang banging to real gang, like all type of shit, just fully encompassing. Like trying to get a bit, stealing cars, like all type. Like I ain't no thief for nothing. Them niggas stole cars. That was not me. But just saying the experiences in life we share in their moments, watching cuz do wrong, watching me do wrong, or watching me, excel, watching cuz them excel. Just doing, like, being able to share them moments with people for so long, like, you take that shit for granted. And even if it's new people around, you want to be able to, for them to feel welcome. And we could build more memories because I fuck with you. I wouldn't have you in this environment if I didn't. So before I get up out of here, I like to keep it short and sweet. This shit was kind of close to me, so I went on a little bit of a tangent. I just want people out there, if you celebrating the holidays, whether it be with just one or two people, you going to the friend vibe, you going to the family vibe. Remember the moment, man. This shit more important than your personal feeling. I ain't saying I can't tell everybody how to feel about what they got going on, cause shit, I'm just trying to speak from you from the getting off the bench and realizing that I made an error in my way. But remember that the moment sometimes bigger than how you feel. You might not always get the chance to voice it the best way. You might feel like you need to say this shit right now. I gotta get this off my chest. You know what I'm saying? It's not always that important. Think about the other people in the room sometimes. Think about your family members, your friends, and how much they've been looking forward to spending this time. Don't always ruin the moment. Don't always, like I used to in relationships have this thing like just to say some stupid shit sometimes to see how a motherfucker respond. And when you realize a motherfucker's kind of on edge, you like, hold on, let me see if this will push him over. That's some dick-ass shit. Recognize the moment, cherish it, enjoy it. Spend the holiday season with people you like, love, adore, because this is what it's for. You know what I'm saying? Happy birthday, sweet baby Jesus. In case y'all not seeing it to Christmas Eve, I appreciate you. If you're looking at it after that, I appreciate you because life's been tough. I've been trying to be more consistent, but I'm still here with you. So this has been episode 12. My voice a little hoarse. Y'all been seeing me hit the T to keep it, but we getting to that point. So just in case I don't see you until I see you, as much love, show love to your enemies. it hurts them more. And Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Peace out.